Peace and blessings. This is Raisa Kiwala, the divorced Muslima coach. The verse that I wanted to share with you today is a perfect culmination of what Ramadan has been like for me. It's one of my favorite verses that I decided to share with you today on this last day of Ramadan. It comes from chapter 26, verse 62. He said, "Never. Indeed, with me is my Lord. He will guide me." So in this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about Prophet Musa. And this is the situation where Prophet Musa is standing in front of the sea with Pharaoh's armies behind him and all the people of Bani Israel behind him as well. And he's in this stuck position. He's in this position. He doesn't know where to go, how things are going to work out. It looks like it's the end of the world for him. It looks like it's the, like they're done, they're doomed, right? And out there, that was the scene that was being set, that was going on in that context of this verse from the Quran. And it's one of my favorites of such an epic example of tawakkul. And there are many in the Quran, and there's many other stories of other prophets with, the story and the example of tawakkul. But for me, I find that the whole story of Prophet Musa and his whole life and how what he goes through step by step closely mirrors my own story and journey and relationship with Allah the most. For me, it's been a culmination of this whole Ramadan, going through many internal and external situations of overcoming oppression. This story has so much motivation, if you will, because if you think about it, it's like the epic example of overcoming oppression, right? Not allowing somebody who has so much power and control, or at least it looks like, right, in the land. For sure he does. We're talking about Pharaoh here, and having to go and stand up and speak out and speak against and stand firm in the face of oppression, of injustice. It's like speaking truth to power, right? We hear about that all the time. And in this story and this journey, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes Prophet Musa through so many examples and so much of Allah affirming Prophet Musa, affirming his, what does he say? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells Prophet Musa that, tells Prophet Musa when he speaks to him that I see and I hear everything, so go to Pharaoh and tell him that he is transgressing bounds, right? So, and he's talking to Prophet Musa, and he means he's watching over him and his brother, Prophet Harun. And how many times in our life do we come across speaking truth to power? We come across situations that are unjust, that are unfair, and yet we hesitate, and yet it can feel really hard to speak to someone, to tell them to stop, to put a boundary, to set a limit, to tell them to stop transgressing the boundaries that they are transgressing. I know this for sure in my life and all the people that I support, that the fear can become so paralyzing. But the reason why I love this verse so much is because the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala strengthened Prophet Musa's heart, and with firm conviction and yaqeen and taqwa and tawakkul, that he was able to stand up to the biggest superpower in his time without a shadow of a doubt, with this yaqeen, with this confidence and this conviction that no, I'm not stuck. I know what I'm doing. I know why I'm doing it, and I know who is behind me, and I know that Allah is behind me, and that He will get me through. He will guide me. So wherever you're at in your situation, What has your relationship been like with Allah? Have you turned to Him and looked for that clarity and that confidence and that conviction that only He can provide, that only He can bring? And each of us has this opportunity to have a tawakkul building experience in whatever test and struggle that you're facing, that you and I can have that level of tawakkul where we can stand and say, no, I am doing the right thing. I am not allowing or tolerating or accepting oppression or injustice for myself or for the people around me, your children, your loved ones, society, whatever it is, right? Because we all have opportunities and we all have situations where we face these tests and challenges, but we have opportunities. And how many times do we just keep silent because it's easier, because it causes less friction, because you'll get less pushback, because you're fearing repercussions? And I'm saying this speaking all from experience, repercussions where someone and something can do something to harm you, to retaliate. And that fear feels so real. But you and I have this opportunity to look for the tawakkul, to look for Allah in those situations and count on Him and rely on Him with that level of tawakkul like Musa, like Prophet Musa. So I invite you to step into that. And I know it's not easy, because look at all the steps that Prophet Musa alayhi salam went through with his relationship with Allah to firm his heart, the conviction in his heart and the belief and the tawakkul. We have to go through that ourselves and build up to that level of tawakkul. And in order to do that, I invite you to a special workshop that I'm running after Ramadan, so we can take the taqwa that we have built that is going to allow us to step into the tawakkul that we need in whatever situation we're at. And my workshop is called Unbreakable. So no matter where you're at, if you have found your marriage has broken down and you're facing divorce, whether you're in it or it's coming up or you've gone through it, I'm offering you a workshop to help you step into that next level of tawakkul. And I'm going to be talking about all the barriers that get in the way, the fears, the feeling stuck, the being frozen that keep us back from doing what we know we need to do, from doing the right thing, from stepping into clarity and confidence and tawakkul to do what is right for us, to get to the next level in our life and to the next level of tawakkul. So I look forward to joining you in this workshop, and I have more details posted in the link below. See you soon. And my dua for you is really to this month of Ramadan, the relationship that you have cultivated between you and Allah, to take that to the next level and how you manifest it into action into your life. So see you in the class, and I pray that this Ramadan brings so much blessing and fruit into your life through action. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.